What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Now, specifically in today's video, we have a few things to discuss. As you guys know, we've been seeing a lot of consolidation within a lot of the major cryptocurrencies. As of yesterday or 2 days ago, we saw a small reversal, and some people had commented that markets are starting to reverse. And I just wanted you guys to not be blindsided by the fact I don't believe that that is actually what's going on. You can see it here on XRP that even though we had a small little reversal back up, that doesn't mean it's going to last. And we did just recently bounce off bottom support, which kind of says another reason why we're probably not going to last. And there's also a developing pattern here on the 4-hour charts that we do need to look at. Now, moving forward, besides XRP, looking at Ethereum, you can see a similar pattern as well. Yeah, we had a small little reversal back to the upside here, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be blasting to the upside or breaking out in any sort of major uptrend or resistance here. We had a small appreciation, a small correction to the upside here, and in a continued downtrend, in a continued correction to the downside here. And I don't believe in any way that we're going to start to see this major reversal to the upside here. I think it would just be a bull trap for a lot of people invested in crypto, and I don't think it's worth getting involved in. So just let this play out. We do have, trades open right now for bearish positions here. I believe that's going to continue to scale us lower. You can see Bitcoin is now teeter-tottering at 16.7, and I think that we are going to continue to drop lower. Typically, textbook-wise, we do have, the looks of a correction to the downside here. You can see we've fallen down. You can see we're forming an ascending fractal here, and here we are. We broke bearish outside of this, and I do believe it is going to send us much lower here, because it's usually what happens, especially when you take the flagpole and apply the flagpole to the breakdown that we're having right now. It's typically the length that we're going to be moving down to, and I think we're just taking a slow and steady pace down to the downside instead of just a major rejection. But I do believe it is going to spiral us lower. Now, I believe the reason we're starting to see the markets as of yesterday and the day before, today's Thursday, so Tuesday and Wednesday here, you can see just the past couple of days we had this small little blip to the upside, is in line with the S&P 500 seeing a small blip to the upside as well. Now, I don't believe this is going to last. I really don't. I think this is going to be a very small, and stable correction to the downside. It takes time, but I don't think in any way it is going to swing us to the upside. I mean, I could be totally wrong. There's a big chance, a big possibility that this could easily break through and we just go parabolic. But the way things are playing out, it does not seem like that. The best news we could have had for this market right now was that inflation was lowering itself and core CPI was lowering itself, and overall inflation would be lowering itself. And we got that. And look what happened as a result. We fell lower. Not only that, the market has already, included within itself that it's already worked in the fact that there are federal fund rate hikes, that the federal government, the feds, are going to increase interest rates. We've known this. I've already planned it out. Everybody has planned it out and known the fact that the feds are going to raise rates in December, which has happened, as well as probably in, January, February, March, April, however they planned it out, every other month until probably mid 2023 here. So we've already worked this in, and now we're going to see, now we've continued to see this drop here. So it's irrelevant from the fact that the feds raise rates. It's already been worked in. But more information on all this will be at after today's intro here. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So first and foremost, looking at the markets here, we're not even doing anything. Today is flatlined out. You can see since the correction we've had, we're pretty much flatlined out. For every day we've been trending sideways. Every day, flatline, 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 sideways trading, sideways trading, sideways trading. Everything is doing nothing but flatlined out. And we're starting to see more consolidation, which is totally fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm starting to notice a pattern here on XRP jumping to the 4-hour charts. You can kind of see that a downtrend is forming here. If we draw this downtrend, you can see that we are starting to kind of correct lower. I wouldn't take it seriously. I really wouldn't take it seriously because, it's the 4-hour charts here, but we are skewing lower. And I think, and I've said this before in yesterday's video, we have one of two possibilities happening here. First and foremost, we did have a symmetrical triangle, which broke bearish here, confirming a correction. We did fall to 33 cents, but I think one of two things is going to happen. Truthfully, I think we're going to consolidate here and then fall to 30 cents, or we're going to just fall to 30 cents. I don't think there's an in-between. We're going to retest probably the downtrend yet again because we continuously seem to do that, but at some point it is going to break us down. It just keeps happening here. So in no way am I surprised or shocked. It's expected and anticipated, to be honest with you. So that's where I think this market is going to be moving us down to. Now, I do think that at some point when we hit here, there will be a challenge. I don't know what's coming after 30 cents, but I do know and I do believe that 30 cents is in the future. There's a chance here that once we hit 30 cents, then we can retest this resistance again. And hey, maybe then we can head up higher. A correction from where we currently are down to 30 cents is a 10.6% drop. Applying a 10.6 drop to everything else, I just want to show you where it lines up. A 10.6% drop is about 1,000 on, it's a little bit higher, like 12%, 13% on Ethereum, back to 1,000, which is where we expect. And then as for Bitcoin here, a 10% drop would send us about down to right over here, 15K on the dot. Very interesting, but 15K on the dot. 10% again, which would be devastating on the S&P, but 10% from its current point would send us right about here. This is exactly where 10% would be. Ironically, it's right where we've already retested in the past. So this is ideally where I expect us to move down to. Now, hopefully, if I jump to the weekly, that's the only thing that happens and we can reverse out of that. My goal is that the lowest drop we see is something like this, and then this is it, and then we can start to kind of extend our reach up. Where the longer we wait and the longer we trend sideways, the better it is for the markets. No aggressive movements to the upside, no aggressive movements to the downside. A soft landing would ideally be a double bottom, retesting this position right here at this support on the S&P, and just freely moving out. That's all we need. We can do this for all of 2024. This is it. Nothing crazy. Nothing, like I don't even know what I'm saying. Nothing crazy. Nothing highly volatile, but just some standard trending sideways. What I mean by that is look at the period from 2016 to 2019 here. Was just a very free to move sideways trading inside this channel. That's all I want. Nothing crazy volatile. No big surges down, big surges up, big surges down, big surges up. This is too volatile for us. And I hope that evens out right now. Hopefully the Feds at some point will lower this. This is into 2025 here, but this is all I'm looking for. This would be a healthy recovery, or we, do something else and we can hold support here. We hit this and then we can, confirm hitting up, and then we can hug this tightly here, which has happened in the past too. You can kind of see we do at some point in 2013 to 2016 here, we did hug the top resistance. So that is another possibility too. The thing nobody wants to see, and that's what I'm trying to say, and the thing nobody wants to see happen here is a flash crash that happened during the pandemic. We don't want this to happen. That would mean that this market just dumps like this. And that would overall mean that we've seen a total drop of 40% in the market, which is possible because this is similar to what happened during the housing crisis in 08 and 09, but we do have similar circumstances. We don't have similar circumstances to that. We're not having a falling, crashing housing market with subprime mortgage rates. That's not happening right now. This was just overinflation, and now we're, lowering and tapering down the inflation. So hopefully that's all it takes. Hopefully with the Feds completely in control of this, they're not going to cause a mega dump like this, like we saw here. This was too overwhelming all at once. So the ideal goal is that the Feds are in complete control of what they're doing with the markets right now. They're not going to let us mega dump, as far as I believe here, and they're going to allow a sideways consolidation here, and ideally that will bring us back up to the upside here slowly but surely, and that would just be good for the overall economy. That's where my mind's at. And what's going to happen when that happens here? Hopefully it only allows us to consolidate down to 15K and mark 15K as the bottom for Bitcoin. Hopefully that doesn't mean a 10K or 7K if the market just drops, and the bottom and the floor falls out. If the floor falls out, it's going to completely eradicate the rest of us. 25% down from the downside here. A 25% drop from where we currently are would be closer to about 11K here. Not what we want. Nobody wants, about 12.5, 12.47. That's where that would be. Nobody wants it to happen. I don't believe we're there yet to see a mega drop and the floor to fall out from under us. So my goal is that this is it. Like maybe we just teeter-totter on that, and then we can slowly start to rise back up slowly over time. Maybe it takes a year for Bitcoin to go from 20K to 40K, but That's enough for people to be, to be constant. Same thing with Ethereum. We don't need Ethereum's floor giving out, and that will only happen if the S&P allows it to. But a drop to 800, which somebody commented is a 33% drop. It's very possible. Ideally, 900 is a 25%. But conservatively, I'm saying 1,000. Ideally, that's what we want. We want 1,000 to be the price floor, the bottom for Ethereum. Moving to the weekly, you can see what it is that I mean by that. You can also see that we are having some sort of double bottom here. So the goal is, this is it. You can see where we've been intertwined in the past here. We don't want to fall lower than that. So the goal is, hopefully, we can just kind of fill in the gap, trade sideways, and look, by the time we move up to here, which is a slow and steady pace, it's already April of 2025. We don't need the markets to go like this and then this. We don't need that. So we're talking about a slow and steady natural correction, which has happened. It did happen before. You saw it here from the previous break to the next previous break. We went from $14 to $500. So to see something like this is not inaccurate. Moving, if it takes a year and a half for us to move up to $2,300, we're going up 120%. So I do believe it's likely towards 24, 25 that we see movements like this. Same thing with XRP, of course. But the goal is, the floor is 30 cents here. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm hoping for. You can see why I believe that, because you can see where we've used the floor so many times in the past here. We have broken below it, of course, but the goal is we're not doing that again, and that this is the floor, and hopefully we could just trend out of this downtrend here and start to lift up. That's what we're looking for. You can see there was a gap before the next breakout. So if there's a gap before the next breakout here, and we can slowly trend out of this, you can see it took a while. And just for accuracy, I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's take the date range here. You can see from breakout here to when the next run happened took 250 days. We then move this over to breakout here. It could send us into the September of 2023 before we then start to see a run that could end into 24, 25. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe I can take the bars pattern here. Where is it? Is this the forecast? Is that what I'm referring to? Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Something like this. And then we scale this to here, and you can see when that would take us. This takes us into November, close to December, and then we scale downwards here into 2025. That's truly the pattern that I'm looking for, and we'll see if that happens. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for the technical analysis for today. But hopefully that helps answer you guys. Short term, I think we're headed lower, but I'm hoping that's the lowest point we move down to, and then we can head up higher. I'm just resetting the charts. Then I'll show you guys what it is that I mean. Just going to delete this, show Bitcoin quick, and then S&P. Let's jump back to the daily here. So I do believe we are going to scale down today. I think we're going to have a clear rejection off this and correct lower. But all these trades can be done on Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. Check it out, link in the description. If you sign up, you can get free crypto by clicking mystery box right here. And that's it. Make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.